It makes everything so much easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And you guys needed that because I think you guys were, I wouldn't say sluggish, but not super fluid. And you scored 13 points in the first half. He started getting those drives going, sort of getting you guys going. How big was it that he was able to find those lanes for you?
You said him find the lanes?
He found those lanes, those driving lanes in the first half, and he kind of opened up. You guys had a lot of those the rest of the night.
Yeah, I think RJ opened the game up for sure, like in every aspect. Like he was driving, and his ability to make shots was just opening the court for everybody. So yeah, he was just helping in every aspect.
I know you haven't seen everybody in the league, but can you make the case for him for Player of the Year and maybe National Player of the Year?
Yeah, for sure. I played against a lot of top players. I've never seen nobody as good as him yet.
What kind of plays were really working for RJ to make those drives the way he was?
We were just doing a lot of high ball screens. RJ's so fast and quick, and with his like shooting ability, you can't play off of him. So he was just getting to the lane every time and shooting whenever he wanted to.
Your job is to
rest of the day, a lot of open looks for you as well. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, me and the coaches just been working on me being more aggressive, especially coming off of ball screens because they feel like nobody can stay in front of me. So I've just been really aggressive off of ball screens, and it opened up everything for me.
When you tell RJ at that under 4, it looked like you were kind of nudging him when they showed Ty career high, and he said something like, "I'm trying."
Yeah, he had 30, and I was like, "That's your career high. You better get a bucket. Like you better get another bucket." And then when he had 36, I was setting up a play for him to get another 3, so he could have basically 40, and then he got subbed out. We was both mad.
Is it too simple to say that a guy has a look in his eye or there's something about his demeanor that when he's going like RJ was, you see something that's a little different?
I mean, that's not really different for me. RJ does that every day in practice and basically every game, so it's just normal RJ. RJ.
The first TV timeout, it looked like Hubert Davis was really animated in the huddle. What was the message there?
We just had a slow start, and he was just trying to pump us up and get us going.
That was just a motivational, not a strategical?
Yeah, he was just telling us to just play harder.
Have you ever seen him that animated in a huddle?
Yeah, I have a couple times. Yeah.
How would you describe the chemistry that you and RJ have developed so far in the backcourt?
I mean, I think we have really good chemistry. Every time I'm pushing in transition, I'm always looking for him because I know if I give him the ball, he's gonna make it like most of the time. So we just have chemistry. We play together in practice every day. We keep on building it. And yeah.
Do you feel like you're taking another step offensively? I mean, obviously you're a true freshman here. We're getting knocked heat of ACC play. It looked like that to me tonight with watching you.
What was the question?
Do you feel like you're taking another step offensively?
Yeah, for sure. And I think once I get comfortable with my jump shot, I think it'll be another level.
On those ball screens, it doesn't seem like anybody's getting under you. Is that because of Armando, or what's happening on those ball
It's definitely because of Armando. He's mixing up his angles on the screen, and he's not letting them go under, so it's creating a wide open layup for me.
Right, you had wide open lanes.
Yeah.
What kind of dunk were you trying to do in transition there?
I was going to cock it back with 2 hands, and then I was so mad. I don't know. I caught like a dead leg.
What was your initial reaction when you looked over to Coach Davis and he was telling you get back?
I didn't even look over there. I was just mad at myself. I wasn't thinking about like coach.
What do you think the issues were in the first half offensively?
I just think the pace wasn't where we wanted it to be. Like we weren't playing as fast as we wanted to, and we weren't making shots. Like we didn't hit a 3. I don't think we hit a 3 in the first half.
It was 0 for 8 from behind the arc first half. Did Coach Davis say anything to you guys about that at halftime? And if so, what was it?
At halftime, he was just telling us basically just to play harder. He felt like the other team was playing harder than us, and we pride ourselves on playing hard every game. So
into the discipline and details with every possession that we get. I think that he really just challenges us every half, and we really respond.
Seems like you guys are able to get RJ easier shots than maybe he had to take last year. Is that because there's more weapons out there, or what's the difference?
Yeah, I think that's a big part for sure. I think that you can't really just focus in on him with us being 8-9 deep or 10 to 12 deep, on the bench. So I think that makes it really challenging for defenses to really just, I guess, funnel him out of the rotation or funnel him out of the game.
It seemed like you guys missed your first 8 threes in the first half. It seemed like after maybe the first TV timeout, a concerted effort to get to the basket. You, Harrison, even Elliot, just we're going to get to the basket and not worry about the long range shots right now. Was that something Coach talked about, or did you guys kind of take that on yourself a little bit?
I mean, that was a big focus for us. I think that they have taller bigs, but I think that with our ability to beat people off the dribble or get to the basket and get to the free throw line, I think that was something that really told us to focus in on. And that was the initial game plan, was to attack the rim. But, I mean, they kept giving us a lot of open looks from 3. So, I mean, we just made the adjustment. It was just like regardless of how they play, is we're just gonna get to the basket, get to the foul.
And I feel like the second half we came out with energy and we won.
Did you? And even in the first TV timeout, he seemed like he was really animated. So he didn't like the way you guys came out in the second half. Is that right?
I mean, yeah, he didn't like the way. I mean, we came out, we scored a bunch, but we weren't getting stops. We were giving up layups. I had a few times in the post where I was playing on the wrong side. So little stuff like that, little mistakes that we made like that.
What did he say at halftime?
Just yelling. A lot of yelling, a lot of, just trying to motivate us, telling us that they were kicking our butt. I'm down in the trenches. They were out physicaling us. They were bullying us. And, yeah, I mean, we don't like to get bullied.
Harrison, last year we tried to get the guys to tell us if he ever cussed at halftime. Because there were a lot of those speeches at halftime. You guys haven't had many now. How close does he come?
I've never heard him come close to cursing. Personally, I haven't had a situation.
Is there a go-to word that's almost like a cuss word?
Fart.
What is it?
Fart.
Really? Oh, my God.
It caught me off guard the first time I was here.
You got to use it in a sentence.
Did you guys?
He'll be like, "What the fart are you doing?" I mean, at first I was like, "What is he talking about?"
Did you guys get it tonight?
We got we got about 10 of them.
And there was one during the early timeout too. It looked like he may have fired a few of those off at you.
It was more just I feel like yelling hurts so much more when they don't curse because it's not disrespectful. It's so nice but so mean at the same time, and I feel like that's what he does a good job of.
Was that the most animated you've seen him since you've been here?
No, I mean the Florida State game we were down by like 15 at halftime. That was probably the most animated, but he was pretty mad because it's a home game. I mean, we had no reason to come out with not a lot of energy, and we did.
What was it like watching RJ go off like this tonight?
I mean, it's the same thing we see every day in practice, every game. I mean, he's a bucket. I mean, I don't know what to say. 4 for 8 from 3, 14 for 23, 37 minutes, 0 turnovers. I mean, it speaks for itself.
And that's huge in a game like this when you guys start slow to have a guard that can create a shot. I guess I didn't ask a question there, but do you agree?
100%. I mean, for me, personally, is having a guy on that team that I know can get a bucket whenever he wants. There's no team that can really stop him. It doesn't really matter what defense you run. He can hit floaters, he can finish layups, he can shoot threes, shoot mid-range, make the right play. I mean, step back. I mean, he has the whole bag. He can post up a little bit. I mean, he has the whole bag. So having a player like that on your team makes it so much easier for me.
How's your wrist feeling? You shot really well last game. Looked like you got kind of struggled a little bit here tonight too.
Oh man, it's feeling better. It's getting better every day. I'm still kind of like a 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10 pain-wise, but it's getting better. So I feel like in the next few weeks I'll be fine. Thank you.
What do you think the issues were in the first half?
I think just low energy. I mean, I feel like we were all a little tired. I mean, everybody was a little sluggish getting out to the court. I mean, I feel like it started from stretching. I mean, we had a few guys that were late stretching, and I feel like we just weren't locked in from the beginning.
Can you talk about your rebounding performance? I mean, another game with more dominating rebounding and how you picked that up lately?
Mm-hmm. For me, just trying to impact the game other ways. RJ has a legendary scoring night with 36, so someone got to get the rebound, someone got to do all the dirty work. I'm playing the small ball 4 a little bit, so I have to rebound there. Plus, my wrist has been hurting a lot, so I haven't been able to shoot the shots that I really want to shoot. So just trying to impact the game and stay on the court.
So it is bothering you a lot then?
I mean, not a lot, but it's definitely bothering me a little bit.
There's an your name.
It was like a surreal moment. It felt great just to hear the crowd chant my name. And for me to have a phenomenal game like that, I mean, that's like something that you always dream of, especially here in North Carolina. So I'm all smiles right now.
When you're playing like that in the moment, like on the court, like what are you feeling?
I'm in the zone. I mean, I feel like I'm in my backyard, just out there, just hooping and just trying things out. I think it's like a zone that every hooper knows. Like when you're just in that zone, it's hard to get out of, and nothing like you can't hear anything. You just see the ball in the basket, and that's not the type of zone I was in tonight.
Did you know you were on the cusp of a career high, and that's why?
Yeah, I knew I had 30, so I'm like, I told Elliot, I said, bro, I need like at least 32 or 32 plus. So I didn't want to time my career, so I'm glad I got 36.
RJ, how do you feel about the way your zone that you're in right now is translating, throughout the entire team, especially during this winning streak? You guys win all these games by double digits, and they're following your lead on this, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, just for us to capitalize off these wins and do the things that we're doing as a team is great. Because I think, all of us win and all of us eat. And we're doing a phenomenal job of just, playing Carolina basketball and our brand of basketball. It's fun to watch and it's even fun to play. So, and then the credit's not all to me, it's all to my teammates. They do a good job of just, knowing when to find me and vice versa. So, the chemistry's real for this team.
What actions were really working with you on those drives today? What actions were really working for you on the drives you were making?
Yeah, they were like in a drop coverage, so I was able to kind of get to my spots, whether that was a pull up finish always strong at the rim or a floater, and it was working all night for me.
RJ, I didn't hear his question. It looked to me like you got it back going with the drive. What did you see that you were able to run a lot in the first half? And that set up a lot of other stuff later on. Everybody was able to do it.
Yeah, I feel like my first 2 shots, I believe, I settled for 3. Coach Davis always said I was able to, kind of off the curl pin downs, I was able to get to the rim, and that's what I saw. So after the shots weren't really going down from 3, kind of be more aggressive and trusting going to the paint. And what was working was the floater and finishing stronger, either get fouled or finish through contact. So that's what was working, and I got downhill all game.
In this first half, 6 of the team's first 10 shots were threes. Only 2 of the next 20 were threes. Was that something that you talked to you guys about, or was it just how things played out?
I mean, that was one of the key emphasis, key points going to this game was living the paint. Obviously, we could really shoot the ball well from the 3, but what was working was dominant points in the paint, whether that was guards finish at the rim or dumbing it down low to Mondo. So we got that going second half and realized that once we was able to, kind of break their ball coverage, we was able to get whatever we wanted.
RJ, most points by a Tar Heel since 2016 with Bryce Johnson at 39. Most points by a Tar Heel in this building since Tyler Hansbrough in 2008.
Oh, wow.
What does that mean to you?
I mean, that means a lot. Just to know, there's a lot of great players that came through here, and just a lot of players that put a lot of points up on the board. So I mean, just for me to be amongst this list, I mean, it's just all glory to God, and I'm just super fortunate and grateful for the opportunity and the game I had today.
What did Coach Davis tell you guys at halftime?
He got on us. There was a lot of yelling, and basically told us that they don't feel our presence. And they're a good basketball team. They're doing a good job of kind of just being physical with their drives and finishing it, and kind of getting us in foul trouble. So we just had to make a stand on the defensive end, and then the offense will come in. That's what happened.
Going off the history that you're making, you said earlier this season that you think little RJ will be really proud of you, RJ.
Yeah.
After this stretch and so many more accomplishments, what does it mean to know that you're really leading by example to not only your teammates but the next generation?
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, I think that's something that I haven't really thought about. It's great to hear you ask that. So just in terms of leaving a legacy on, not for myself but for the next generation. I mean, it's just something that I just got to continue to stay humble and know what got me here. And that was hard work and staying down and through it all. And I'm just going to continue to keep doing that. I know I got a lot left to improve in different aspects, but I'm going to definitely just enjoy this moment and kind of stay present. But at the same time, also kind of just be the leader. Be the true leader I know I am.
Was RJ Player of the Year one of your goals coming into the season, and has it developed into it?
I don't really like to discuss my goals out loud, so we'll see how it happens in the year.
What areas have you raised the point where you just sense where the team needs you to just kind of put them on your shoulders for 3-minute sequences? And did you have that point tonight, especially in the first half?
I just know from my standpoint, it's just always be aggressive, no matter if we're up or down. It's always be in attack mode because I feel like that's better for the team and it's an advantage for us, whether I'm scoring or dishing it out for others. So. I just happened to be in a situation in the zone where everything just felt like if I shot it was going in. So I think that's good for us, but at the same time, I know my teammates trust me and I trust them. So it may be me one game, but I know for a fact that it could be somebody else the next game, and that's what just speaks for this team. And I'm just super fortunate for it, happy for it.
Were you sitting there to have?
Shooting, I think I was always a good shooter, but just to be able to get my shot release quicker from bigger defenders, floaters, my handles, reading the ball coverages a little bit better. I think that was my next step into becoming the player I know I can become. And overall, taking a stand defensively, I think I'm doing a better job of kind of guarding my man, and especially for my size, just playing defense and being a leader. We had a lot of new players coming in this year, and a lot of players that haven't been in the position that me and Mondo were in a couple years ago. So that's what I've been working on.
How much has Elliot
can his playmaking ability, do that too?
Yeah, I mean, Elliot's great. He's a great playmaker, a great teammate to play with, and just an overall, he's always looking, to find you. And I think that's, something, that chemistry that me and him built along the way. I know he's gonna look for me and vice versa. So, I love playing with Elliot. He's a great point guard. He's a great, teammate to have, and overall great playmaker.
When you were sitting there at halftime getting chewed out, were you thinking to yourself, I've got to come out and assert myself for us to win this game in the second half?
I was just out, told myself just to come out and just play, Carolina basketball and just do what I know that I can. I've been practicing in practice, and overall just be aggressive. I mean, that was like the main tone. I mean, main thing. And setting the tone. I know in the second half, it took me kind of think we took like 3 bad shots at the start of it, when we had like little lapses. So just kind of getting the game under control a little bit, but it kind of extended the lead. I know like it was too much of a close game where I knew where we could have extended the lead from get to a 10-point lead at least. So.
Even after you made those 2 threes at the next time out, he lit into you guys again.
Yeah, I did, because he wasn't satisfied. But I think that's also good for us, because it's not trying to get too complacent, too comfortable with the lead. Rolling, he was up 7 maybe, and he wanted to be up more. So I truly admire that from Coach Davis, because one thing about him, he's never comfortable. He's always hungry for more.
When you had 30, RJ, how aware were that you tied your career high? And
I was aware. Like I told Elliot, I said I need 2 more points at least.
He said that.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
So you were chasing it a little bit?
Yeah, I was.
He said he told you that you had to get it too.
He told me. He said you better get 32. I said I'm trying to get 40.
It seemed like once you had, then you're like, shoot, I'm just gonna keep going, right?
Yeah, I was trying to get 40, but then they subbed me out, so it's all good.
RJ, looked like the floaters were kind of working for you. You had a lot of those.
Yeah.
What kind of allowed you to kind of get to that shot, and just what was working for you in that?
When I got off the screen, the guard was chasing over me, and the big was in drop coverage, so right around below the free throw line. So I was able to, not kind of settle for my mid range, because I know that's what the defense wanted, but kind of get into the deep into the paint, whether that was a floater or finishing high off the rim. So, but the flows was working today, so that was good.
So the fans were chanting your name. I heard you talk about it a little earlier, but you were smiling on the bench, going over. I mean, just talk me through some of those moments. What's going through your mind?
I mean, that's just like probably the greatest feeling you can have, just as a player, and especially a player at Carolina. The fan base is here is real. Like everyone loves to support you. So for everyone in the whole arena just to chant my name, that's something I'll remember forever. But I was just I just have smiles across my face.
Sorry, but I got a Hubert question for
What's
you.
up?
Last year, sometimes, especially on the road, you guys had some rough first half.
Yeah.
And you talked about Hubert going off at you guys at halftime. We tried to get you guys saying be custard out, and he never did, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
So I was just asking Harrison if he has a go-to word that's almost like a cuss word to Hubert. And he said fart.
Yeah,
he says that all the time. What the fart are you guys doing out there? How many of those did you get tonight?
Let me see.
Especially
I think we got one at half. Nah, we didn't get one at halftime. It might have been on the bench.
He said there was definitely one on the bench during one of the timeouts.
I think there was definitely
He said there was one at halftime. But Harrison likes to play it up so much.
Yeah, I can't recall for one from halftime, but I do on the bench probably do one.
But when he goes to that, does he just kind of carry a little something extra?
I mean, you can just see the energy around him, as he's going on to say it. It's he means business, so it's all right, Coach, we got you.
I'm thinking if a cuss word ever happens, you're going to come out and tell us, right?
Nah.
We're going to ask
I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep him, let's say that he doesn't curse.
Well, you haven't been in that many situations.
Yeah, we haven't. I haven't had a situation that he cursed yet, so.
I think the closest.
It might come up soon.
I think the closest you said last year was at Notre Dame, if you remember that first half.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible. Yeah.
Does he have any other, pseudo?
He'll say, one of the bejeebies.
I think he said that in the presser couple times.
Yeah, that's the go-to one right there.
And then when he lights into you, it's not strategy; it's just motivational.
Say again, I'm sorry.
When he goes into you, it's just motivational. It's not like we got to do this or that. It's just motivational.
Motivational, but also strategic at the same time. I think they play hand in hand. But I think it's just to get us going because he knows the potential that where we can be, and we was kind of playing below it. And I think that, I guess it's going for 100%. So I know it's all out of love. It's not like as if he's trying to get on us just to get on us.
He knows which buttons to push.
And he knows exactly 100%. So he definitely pushes the right buttons, and we can just go out there and dominate.
Have you talked to your father yet?
Nah, I turn my phone off before every game. So
I met him in Charlotte when you got to Charlotte. We hung out a little bit. Entertaining guy.
Yeah, I know. He's wild.
What do you think he'll say to you tonight when you talk to him?
Probably something I can't say. Like, it's probably explicit.
Yeah. Trust me, I met him. I get it.
He has no filter, so I don't know. He'll probably be like, "I'm proud of you," but then some other stuff that I can't say.
He's a really entertaining guy.
Yeah.
Good job.